back to the channel. This is your host Majestic speaking with another episode of MechWarrior Online here. And today we're going to be going through an epic round of gameplay in the Thunderbolt 5S. Now, as I like to do in all my videos, I like to go through the overview of the hardpoints and the quirks. And what this guy has to offer are 2 ballistic hardpoints, 4 energy hardpoints, 2 missile hardpoints, 1 AMS hardpoint, and 0 ECM hardpoints. Now, for the quirk summary list, we have structure bonuses in the left and right torso, along with generic energy range, energy cooldown, and energy heat generation bonuses. On the energy range, we have 10%, energy cooldown, and heat generation, we have 15%. We also have laser duration of 15%, missile cooldown of 15%, and then large laser range and cooldown bonuses both 10%. So those will stack, and along with the modules that I placed on this guy, it is a completely mastered mech. I placed large laser cooldown and SRM 6 cooldown, both level 5 modules. We are taking some PPC fire there, so we do have to be a little bit careful. We do have also some incoming missiles, some long-range missiles coming in from Charlie 3, so we do have to be careful there as well. But as I was saying, we have large laser cooldown module and the SRM 6 cooldown module on there. 37% is the total bonus that we're getting from these large lasers, along with 27% bonus on the missiles. We also have radar depth and seismic sensor, along with a cool shot 9x9 and a UAV. But let's dive into the gameplay here, focusing up on this King Crab. Looks like he's cored out, and there he goes. My team actually gets a very, very early quick kill on a huge component to their assault lance. That King Crab goes down. Now, they are accompanied by a Shadowhawk. Looks like he's trying to help out as best as he possibly can, but it looks like the rest of the team just left their assault lance to die. That Shadowhawk is backing up very quick, realizing that he is going to get swarmed by the rest of my team. And I think it's just that Warhawk and the Shadowhawk over here. So if my team groups up really quick, we can focus in on them. And no, they are accompanied also by a Stalker. That is going to round up their assault lance, so we could get these guys down. Definitely have a huge advantage in tackling the rest of their team wherever they are formed up. And we're just going to keep putting down a little bit of mid-range fire here. And as you can see, that Stalker's trying to focus up with some long-range missiles. He does get taken down. Not sure how he did. I don't know what component was destroyed. Maybe he had an XL engine. But now we're going to focus up on this Warhawk. Everyone is swarming. We have a Jenner with us. We have a Highlander with us. Components are flying off all over the place. Just putting down some amplification damage. Just constantly throwing out all we have at him. And we went for the kill shot there, but unfortunately we overheated in the process. We did get the kill most damage dealt, but my team was able to rally and completely secure off this side of the map from their assault lance. Excellent work so far, but now we're going to focus up, try and help out this Marauder 2C. Looks like he's focusing up on the center part of the map. They must have gone up the Echo line and then taken that ramp on the other side near the beacon down that Echo line. Now we're just going to put down some suppressive fire as we try and cross over, just getting a different little position here so that we can tackle from 2 different angles. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to keep peeking around that corner, putting down some mid-range damage. Again, amplify the majority of the damage that's being dealt from our assault lance. Now, keeping our eyes on the minimap, we just want to see where the rest of our team is focusing up. Just putting down some suppressive fire, letting them know that we are still here. And I have my seismic sensor going off like crazy. We have this Viper in front of us. Looks like he's trying to go for one of our teammates. We're going to keep stabbing him in the back with these large lasers, as well as some suppressive SRM 6 barrages, just constantly laying into him here, destroying components. His arm and his torso came off. He overheated, and that gives us a huge chance to go for that back armor, which must have been completely cored out, and we get the kill. So now I'm just going to focus up on the next target now that my teammate is safe, and it looks like we pretty much have a little bit of a concave going around the centerfold here. Now, one thing about this Thunderbolt, it is a very, very tanky mech, so you can afford to absorb a ton of damage. Now, how I have it outfitted, I wanted to put armor on both arms as shields, because I do have an XL305 in here, and I want to protect my components as much as I possibly can. But now we have a Highlander moving in, and it looks like he's putting down some fire. We're going to put down some fire with him, and just based off the minimap, my team is now moving in, so that gives us a huge opportunity to be aggressive. Now we can put down an absorbent amount of shots. My right torso, my right arm, and my center torso are all cored up. don't need to worry about my right arm. Again, that is only being used as a shield, and it looks like my team was able to swarm and completely overwhelm these guys. Now we're going to be taking the center. Looks like they only have one mech left. Not sure exactly what it is or where it is, but it does look like a majority of my team is running over this way. So we're just going to follow them. Yeah, there it goes. So I did see some PPC fire. We do need to be careful. Don't need our right torso getting focused in on and popping like a cherry here. So we're going to run around and try and get a little bit of a flank, get some mid to long range on him, and just put down some kind of damage that'll pretty much flush him out of whatever position he's trying to hold up there. Now, I don't have any jump jets, but it does look like my team is pretty much boxing him in. So any angle he tries to get a shot off or even move, he's going to have someone there that's going to be putting down some damage on him. So we're just going to back up, see if he pokes his head around maybe one of the corners here. It's a missed links, so we can actually, you know what, let's back up a little further. We have large lasers to our advantage. We have 540 meters to work with. Looks like he's putting down some fire. We do have an assault up there. Along with the light, it looks like they're going to try and flush him out. He has a very, very weak left leg, and all he has is a single ERPPC, constantly getting some damage down on him. It should only be a matter of seconds now before he does face his demise, and there he goes. So that is going to wrap up this round of gameplay in a very unconventional mech, very unconventional build, on a very, common map, but just not for this particular mech in this build. 1 kill, 8 assists, 1,142 damage with 9 components destroyed. Unbelievable round damage-wise. 5 kill, most damage dealt. Wow. I mean, I'm very surprised that this mech performed this well, especially this particular build. Very, very unique build. You know, very unconventional, but I'm very surprised that it worked on this particular map. We mixed in both long range and my own little flavor with those SRMs, so it was kind of a hybrid mech, and that's pretty much what I was really excited about in taking this mech out there on the battlefield, that it actually worked out in our favor, and here was the result. So even crossing over our roles here, we actually performed very, very well in a very unconventional setting. So that's what I hope you guys take away from this. But before we close out this video, let's actually hop back into the garage and close with some final thoughts. So guys, that's going to wrap up this video with the Thunderbolt 5S in an epic round of gameplay. And this kind of proves that you can combine both the quirk summary list that still is in the game right now with your own playstyle and really customize your mechs even at this point to not only factor in those quirks that are really going to add that extra little benefit, that extra little oomph out there on the battlefield that'll put you and set you apart from your opponents, but you can also mix in your own little flavor there as well to accompany your exact kind of play style. So hopefully this video both, not only showed off the Thunderbolt 5S and what it has and the quirks and its abilities and what it's like once it's mastered and everything, but hopefully it also gave you guys some ideas for maybe some other mechs that you might want to mess around with. Take the quirks into consideration, but also add your own little element to them as well. So from that standpoint, I want to close off this video. I hope it was informative. I hope you guys enjoyed the round of gameplay. Definitely an unconventional build on an unconventional mech to see out there on the battlefield. And, I really, really had fun with this one, especially because it did combine an element of gameplay that I do myself need to work on, which is long range and using long range intended weapons with my own flavor of play with short range through the missiles. So I just wanted to, again, put this one in the spotlight just because I wanted to give you guys some ideas and hopefully encourage you guys to do the same. Mess around with the mechs. Just because there are quirks doesn't mean for the other hard points that are on your mechs that you can't use them for what you want to use them for. So even though the new skill system is not yet in the game, that doesn't mean that you can't cross roles with what you actually want to play out there on the battlefield. The variants that are in the game do have their quirks, obviously to give an added benefit for particular roles, but that doesn't mean that you only have to play that role. Obviously, with the missile cooldown, for instance, it's a 15% generic cooldown quirk, so I could have just stuck to long range and gone with long, LRMs, put on LRM 10s or 15s, something like that, and load them, and stick to a long range kind of role. But I decided that I wanted to mix it up, for different points within the battle. As the battle develops, you see that you're crossing over from going from long range into that short range kind of gameplay the further into the battle that you get. So as close as you are towards the finish of the round, you're going to see more of those short-range weapons coming out, and hopefully that was conveyed through the video. But that's going to do it for this episode of MechWarrior Online. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I gave you guys at least a little bit of inspiration of how you can kind of mix and match. You know, certain mechs do have quirks for particular roles, but that doesn't mean you can't mess with the rest of it. So thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out the links in the description. Feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions in the comment section below. If you feel like donating and helping out the channel, I will also have links to that, along with the Smurfy build exactly as I have it right now in-game, in case you guys want to try out this build for yourselves. I want to thank you guys so much again for all the support that you've given me and this channel so far. I really do hope, especially with this upcoming year, that it does continue to grow exponentially. And I really owe it all to you guys. So thank you guys so much again. And I do look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Take care, guys.